I was really happy with the win. I thought we got out to a pretty good start at 19-9, I believe it was, and I thought we got a little sloppy kind of for the rest of the half. We ended up with 13 turnovers in the first half. Didn't shoot it particularly well from behind the arc to start the game, and just telling the guys at halftime when the ball's not going in the basket, you can't combine that with lack of ball care. When you're not throwing everything in, you've got to make sure that you're making the other team really work for and work on their offensive possessions. 13 turnovers in the first half and 1 for 10 from behind the arc had the game closer than you want. In the second half, I thought we just did a nice job of taking care of the ball. 5 turnovers, started making some shots we normally make, and I thought also we had some guys that got their first minutes of the season, and that's just different. It's different than practice. And all of a sudden you look out there and new guys are on the floor, and the guys like Shake that are used to being out on the floor a lot, you look over and there's a new face out here, and in some cases 2 new faces. But that's going to be the norm as we go forward. We can't just keep playing night after night, playing some guys 30-plus minutes. There's going to be foul trouble, need to come out because you're tired, turn an ankle, hurt a toe. So we've got to keep developing depth, and tonight was a good night to do that. I thought Ozell Jackson did a nice job. Trey Green did a nice job when he was in there, played, over 12 minutes. And he's a good shooter. I know he's 0 for 4 tonight, but, our guys can tell you, he can shoot the ball. And it's just different when you're getting your first career, the first minutes of the season for him. I think he'll settle down and start making some shots as we go forward. But good team win and, got a tough stretch coming up.
A lot of assists tonight from maybe some players that their positions wouldn't traditionally expect assists. Justin Buford had 4. Ozell had 3. What did you like about some of the bigger guys on the team being able to pass the ball and get the offense moving?
Yeah, I think, we'll start to see that a little bit more, particularly from Ozell, playing some backup point. Even at his size, he does a nice job of handling the ball. He just gives us a different look, kind of plays at his own pace. I thought we did a nice job of really also just playing off 2 feet. We didn't finish every time when we got in the lane, but we weren't getting in the lane and just jumping up in the air and hoping something good presented itself. And that's generally when you miss shots and turn the ball over. You get in the lane, you're not sure what you want to do, so you jump up in the air and look for something to do. And bad things tend to happen. I thought tonight we just did a nice job of, at times, letting plays develop.
Jacob, what's the key to rebounding as a guard or a player playing more on the outside on the wing? Because you seem to have a knack for it, at least so far, through your Blue Raider career.
I think it's really just about pursuing the ball when it's up in the air, going and trying to get it, make sure you're boxing out. We've had a lot of focus on that in practice, and we go at each other really hard in practice. So when the game comes around, it's a little bit easier to box your man out and grab a rebound.
Nick, early it seemed like that Milligan zone was kind of throwing a wrench in things, and you guys were turning the ball over. What makes that defense, so hard to operate your offense against?
I just thought some of it was just trying to make something happen as opposed to allowing ball movement and player movement has to happen, whether you're going against a man-to-man defense or a zone defense. I thought we were stagnant and just trying to make a play happen with kind of risky passes. And so all of a sudden we had high turnovers, and once we settled down and started, just doing a better job of taking care of the ball, we just started getting more body movement and player movement, and did a nice job in there in the second half.
And, Jacob, you guys had 17 offensive rebounds. Everybody kind of knows as a defense, it's harder to rebound when you're in a zone. How do you guys take advantage of that? 19-second chance points. How do you guys, get some of those rebounds, stick them back in?
We're doing a really good job, like I said, in practice, of of really emphasizing that, but also just I feel like we've been in the weight room a lot and getting a lot stronger and able to jump up there and grab the ball around people and just be tough with it, get it out, and get an extra chance at another shot.
Elias, are you as surprised as we are on press row when you're left wide open on an out-of-bounds play in the corner?
Sometimes, but not really all the time, because I got guys like Jacob Johnson and Jarrett and Justin Buford setting me screens. So, yeah.
What was it like in the second half when not just you, but it seemed like everybody on the team was able to catch fire from outside? I think at one point y'all were 7 for 9 from 3. You know, what was going well for y'all? Why were y'all knocking those shots down in that moment?
Coach Nick, he pulled us in at halftime. The score was 30-25. He told us, he got on us and told us, hey, get in the paint, look outside. And that we did. We did a great job of it in the second half, and it showed.
Elias, obviously not your best game last game, but much better game tonight. It seemed, at least to me, it seemed like you were able to let the game come to you more a little bit tonight, get some of those open shots. What was the difference between last game and this game for you?
This game, I allowed myself to take better shots and not just the first look I see or okay shots. I'm playing off my teammates. I'm playing off the guys that's driving, and they're finding me and they're getting me open.
You guys had a lot better free throw shooting night tonight than you did the other night. How do you improve on that from game to game?
Coach Nick, he's been preparing us all week, 2-foot finishes and free throws every day.
Nick, I think a lot of Middle fans maybe don't understand, the purpose of these non-D1 games in the schedule, and it's not just Middle playing them, but a lot of teams around our level that play these types of games. So I just want to give you an opportunity to maybe explain how these games come on the schedule and why they're a part of the schedule for so many teams in modern college basketball.
Yeah, they're good opportunities to continue to develop depth without a greater risk. There's still a risk of having a bad result, losing the game, but there's a less risk than perhaps when you play UAB. So it's hard to develop depth in some of those games. So you want to get some guys to get in the game, get in game rhythm, game flow. You don't. It's unfair to your team. And often that individual, just to throw them out there, the game's on the line in a tough situation. It's hard to gain confidence for that person to gain confidence, but also their teammates to gain confidence in them and their ability to play. That's part of it. Part of it is the ability just to get home games, get games, period. The willingness for teams to play you. There are some teams that when you reach out to them, they don't want to play. That's just, it is what it is. And so some games are on your schedule because you either got bought, they paid you money to go to their place, or you're paying them money to come to your place. There's Division I buys tend to be between $50,000 and $100,000. Non-Division I buys tend to be between $4,000 and $8,000. We could get some other teams, but I'd have to talk to the administration to go find another $100,000 to play those two home games, as opposed to Reinhardt and Milligan. That'll cost us $8,000. To get two more Division I buys would cost us about $140,000. To play in two teams, $70,000. So part of it is just money and the ability. This year we're in a 16-game league schedule. So you got to go find 15 games, get 3 in an MTE. We still got to go get 12. Well, when you can't, we play almost everybody in the area. We scrimmaged East Tennessee State. We scrimmaged UT Martin. We already played Belmont. We play Murray State. We're going to UAB. There's others in the area that don't want to play. You're starting to run out of options. And so if you want Northern Iowa to come in and not go to Iowa next year for the game, then you're going to have to pay them $75,000. And I think there's other things we can do with that difference in paying Milligan $4 and somebody like that $75. And you do that twice, and it's a whole lot of money. And it is what it is.
Elias and Jacob, y'all obviously got boosts in the crowd today from having the football game right before it. Fans could come in straight from the football game with football ticket. What was that like, seeing folks trickle in as the football game wrapped up, as y'all were warming up today?
Right before we took the floor, we saw everybody trying to get in, and it was great. It was great to see that people was leaving the football stadium to come support us, and it was great. I know my teammates was excited just like I was.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with what Elias said. We were really excited to have them be able to come right over into the game, and we love the fans there. We love it when there's a lot of people there, when it's loud, when it's rowdy. So honestly, we just appreciate the fans. If they can get to more, awesome.
And then, pretty unique opportunity to have a chance to do that with a home football game on the same day. Well, what did you like about having that, maybe that little extra boost from that tonight?
Yeah, it's just good to have the crowd to be able to, for our fans to be able to come watch a football game and a men's basketball game in a short amount of time. Get on campus and weather's pretty good today. Got 2 wins out of it. It was a good day to be a Raider, and again, it was nice to have the crowd here and get 2 wins.
Jacob, I know Elias and Nick already know a lot about what the UAB game has meant the past couple seasons for this program. What have you been told about this game and sort of the intensity of it from the past couple of years?
I know all games are intense, and this one's one that we take seriously as we take every other game seriously. But honestly, we're just going in there and going to do whatever we can do to win. So that's all I got about that. We're focused on this.
Nick, how important was it to get a team like UAB that y'all have been playing in conference on the schedule, hopefully for the future now that you're in different leagues?
I think our fans, our alumni, the coaches, the players enjoy playing. I think it's good for the mid-state, for Tennessee, for the area to have teams like this playing each other. It's good to continue this series. We've got the ongoing series with both Belmont and Murray State, but with UAB obviously leaving the league, it kind of left up in the air when we might play again. And so AK and I talked, and it's a 3-hour bus ride. You look at the league that they're in now, and you're all over the place. And our league, you're from Virginia to New Mexico in league games. So to be able to get on the bus and come up the interstate and for them to play us and to return the favor next year, I think it's just good for our fans. Thank you. Appreciate it.